Hi guys, so salmon fly tonight. So tonight we're going to tie a fly called the Magma pig. So we have a bit of fluorescent orange outer tubing here, and then I've used a black inner. Hello, colours up to yourself. The fly itself is going to be tied on this sort of short front section here, which is maybe about a centimetre or so, and then that'll leave the rear section here to hold the hook as far back as you want. You can always trim this off if you want your hook further forward. So tie back here. I'm using a black 6/0 thread here. This is a uni thread, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a bunch of two-tone or orange tipped boar bristles. So what I did here was I got one of these shaving brushes, I dyed it fluorescent yellow, and then I dip dyed it into a hot orange dye, and it's produced a real nice effect on that, I think. So I'll take a bunch there, 5 or 6 of them, and set them on the top. Now they don't compress, so they can pull out, so I tend to run a little bit of super glue on the thread and tie back with that. So for flash I'm going to use pearl crystal here. I took a strand and doubled it over. This gives me 2 strands. I'll tie that in on top and then fold it back for 4. And I'm going to trim that off at about 2/3 length of the tail and just splay it out a little bit. So for the tail, what I'm going to use is this is an opossum that I dyed myself. Again, it's a 3-tone opossum. Obviously this is going to be hard to find, but you can get 2-tone opossum from Future Fly. So take a bunch of that. And we'll set it on and allow it to splay around the hook, shank, tube shank, whatever you want to call it. That's the whole way around. Then again I'm going to run a little bit of super glue on the thread, tie it in there, and then tie back. So you see that makes a really nice effect. I'm going to use a red wire as my ribbing. And I've made up a mixture of sort of, which I'd call like a magma mix. So there's yellows, oranges, a little bit of fuchsia in there as well. And we'll dub that on. Start with a few turns forward, then wrap back to where my tail is, and then come back over it, and that will give you a little bit of a shape because you have a double layer here. And then taper it down towards the eye and rib it with our red wire. Fold it back on itself and trim it. So, hackles. Yourself how bright you want it. If you wanted it very bright, you could use pure coloured hackles. I'm going to use badger hackles here. So this one is a dyed yellow. I'll tie it in by its base and get 1.5, 2 turns out of that. Fold, tie across the tip, fold it back. As you see, we're still on the little bit of the outer tubing here. I prefer to tie on outer tubing if I can help it. and then we're going to put in the same turn or two of orange badger hackle. Front of that, this is shorter, so again I'm getting that two-tone effect. Tie the tip in, fold it back. And that is our fly tied. We just put a cone on to finish it. You could add jungle cock if you want for added attraction, but I'm just going to put super glue onto our thread, pull this back and wind as if we were making a head. So if you're using a metal tube you could do with that. And then I'm just going to take a gold cone and slide that back onto that while the super glue is wet. Trim that off. Trim off our inner, and there you have it. Variation on a pot-bellied pig, we'll call it Magma pig. So, if you like what you see, give us a like, subscribe, tell your friends, leave some comments. As I said, even if you don't like it, leave a comment as to why. And until next time, tight lines.